Isla slammed the door shut behind her, the echo reverberating through the empty house like a gunshot. Her hands trembled as she clutched the phone, the screen still glowing with her mother's final message. "You're no daughter of mine anymore." At 28, after years of sacrificing her dreams to raise her 5 younger siblings while her parents chased their own fleeting ambitions, this was the thanks she got, for daring to admit she loved a woman. The weight of it all crashed down on her in that moment. She sank to the kitchen floor, the cold tiles biting into her knees, but she barely felt it. How had it come to this? From the age of 15, when her parents decided that their careers in sales, endless traveling, endless excuses, meant she had to step up as the de facto parent. "You're the oldest, Isla," her father had said nonchalantly over breakfast one morning, as if assigning her a chore. "Handle the kids. We'll send money." And just like that, her teenage years vanished into a blur of diaper changes, homework supervision, and midnight fevers. She remembered the first time it truly hit her. Her little brother, Tommy, then just 3, had woken up screaming from a nightmare. Isla had rocked him back to sleep, whispering stories she made up on the spot, while wondering where her own mother was, probably in some hotel room in Chicago, closing a deal. The siblings looked to her for everything. Meals, school pickups, emotional support. Sarah, the second oldest, had once asked, "Why don't Mom and Dad come home more?" Isla had forced a smile. "They're working hard for us." But inside, resentment brewed like a storm she couldn't unleash. Now, years later, with all the kids finally out of the house, Tommy off to college, the youngest Mia in high school boarding, Isla had thought she could finally live for herself. She'd met Jordan at a community book club in Seattle, where they bonded over shared loves of poetry and quiet rebellion. Jordan, with her sharp wit and kind eyes, had seen through Isla's guarded exterior. Their first kiss, under the rain-soaked awning of a coffee shop, had felt like freedom. But coming out to her family? That was the grenade she'd pulled the pin on. Her mind raced back to the family dinner 2 weeks ago. She'd driven down to Portland, where her parents had settled after retiring early on the fruits of their absentee parenting. The table was laden with food Isla had helped prepare, as always. "I have something to tell you," she'd said, voice steady despite the knot in her stomach. "I'm gay. I've been seeing someone, a woman named Jordan." The silence that followed was deafening. Her mother's fork clattered to the plate. "What? After everything we've done for you?" Her father shook his head. "This is because you never had a normal childhood. Raising the kids messed you up." The accusation stung like acid. They blamed her? As if her sexuality was a defect born from their neglect. Isla's thoughts swirled in turmoil. Was there truth in their words? Had the burden of parenthood at such a young age twisted something inside her? She pushed the doubt away, but it lingered, a shadow in her mind. Jordan had urged her to be honest, saying, "You deserve to live openly." But now, with the disownment text burning in her palm, Isla wondered if honesty was worth the isolation. The next day, she called Sarah, hoping for an ally. "They told us," Sarah said, her voice laced with hesitation. "Mom's devastated. Says you chose this lifestyle over family." Isla's heart cracked. "Chose. It's who I am." But Sarah, married with kids of her own, sighed. "You know how they are. Traditional. Give them time." Time. Isla had given them her entire youth. Work became her refuge, or so she thought. As a social worker in child services, ironic given her history, she dealt with families far more broken than hers. But today, counseling a teen about coming out to conservative parents, Isla felt like a fraud. "It'll be okay," she told the girl, but her own words rang hollow. That evening, Jordan came over, wrapping Isla in a hug that felt like the only solid thing left. "I'm sorry," Jordan whispered. "But you're not alone." Isla pulled back, eyes searching Jordan's face. "What if they're right? What if I am broken?" Jordan's expression hardened. "Don't let them poison you. You raised those kids with love they never gave. That's strength, not damage." Yet as they sat on the couch, hands intertwined, Isla's mind wandered to the what-ifs. What if she suppressed it, pretended for the family's sake? The thought made her nauseous. No, she couldn't go back to that cage. But the conflict tore at her. Loyalty to blood versus loyalty to self. The phone buzzed again. It was Mia, the youngest. "Isla, what's going on?" Mom won't stop crying. Isla swallowed hard. I told them the truth about me. Mia paused. That you're gay. Yes. Another pause. Cool. I love you anyway. A small spark of hope flickered, but it was quickly doused by the realization that Mia was still under their roof, vulnerable to their influence. Days blurred into a haze of avoidance. Isla threw herself into volunteering at the local LGBTQ center, where stories of rejection mirrored her own. One woman shared how her family cut her off financially after she came out, forcing her into poverty. Isla nodded, empathizing deeply. How did you survive? She asked. Found family, the woman replied. People who choose you. Inspired, Isla reached out to old friends, but responses were mixed. Some offered support. Others ghosted, their silence a subtle judgment. Society's undercurrents of homophobia seeped in, reminding her that coming out wasn't just a family battle. It was a societal one. Then came the email from her father. We need to talk about the house. It's in your name, but we paid for it. The house she'd bought with savings from years of overtime, the one where she'd raised the siblings. They were contesting it? The betrayal ignited fury. How dare they claim ownership now, after abandoning responsibility? Isla's internal storm raged. She paced her living room, debating confrontation. Part of her wanted to sever ties completely, but the siblings tethered her. Tommy, now 18, had texted, I don't get it, but you're still my big sis. Yet the pressure mounted. Family gatherings loomed, holidays where her absence would be a gaping wound. Jordan suggested therapy. You can't carry this alone. Isla agreed, booking a session. The therapist, a kind older woman, listened as Isla poured out her story. It's not just the coming out, Isla admitted. It's the years of being their parent, only to be discarded. The therapist nodded. Resentment like that festers. You have to confront it. Confrontation came sooner than expected. Her mother called, voice trembling. How could you do this to us? After we trusted you with the kids. Isla's temper flared. Trusted? You dumped them on me. I was a kid myself. The line went dead, but the words hung in the air, a declaration of war. The weeks following the fallout stretched like an endless road of uncertainty. Isla found herself replaying conversations in her head, dissecting every word for hidden meanings. Had her parents always seen her as a convenience rather than a daughter? The question gnawed at her during sleepless nights, where she'd lie awake, Jordan's steady breathing beside her a reminder that not all love was conditional. At work, the strain showed. A colleague noticed her distraction during a case review. Everything okay, Isla? She forced a nod. Family stuff. But inside, she battled the urge to confide, fearing judgment even in a progressive office. Seattle prided itself on inclusivity, but whispers of homophobia lingered in unexpected places. Like the church group her parents still attended, where sermons railed against unnatural lifestyles. Jordan became her anchor, but even that relationship faced cracks. One evening over dinner, Jordan said, we should go public more. Post about us online. Isla hesitated. What if my siblings see? What if it makes things worse? Jordan's eyes flashed with hurt. Are you ashamed? No. It's just complicated. The argument escalated, voices rising in the small apartment. I get the family pressure, Jordan snapped. But hiding feels like betrayal to me too. Isla's heart ached. She hadn't considered how her caution affected Jordan, who had come out years ago to a supportive family. I'm sorry, Isla murmured, pulling Jordan close. But the seed of doubt was planted. Could their love survive if Isla couldn't fully commit? Family communications trickled in, each one a minefield. Sarah invited her to a niece's birthday, but added, maybe don't bring Jordan. Mom's not ready. Isla declined, the rejection stinging both ways. Tommy called, confused. Why is everyone fighting? Can't you just not be gay around them? His innocence broke her. It's not a switch, Tom. It's me. The therapist delved deeper. Let's talk about your role in the family. You were parentified, forced into adulthood too soon. Isla nodded, tears welling. I missed proms, dates, everything. And now they say that's why I'm like this. The session unearthed buried anger. At her parents for their selfishness, at herself for complying so long. Inspired by therapy, Isla decided to write letters to each sibling, explaining her side. To Mia. I love you, and I hope you understand this doesn't change who I am to you. Mia's reply was swift. Duh. Love you too. But Sarah's was guarded. I support you, but think about the kids. They look up to you. The real blow came from her parents' next move. They showed up unannounced at her door, faces etched with determination. We need to fix this, her mother said, stepping inside without invitation. Her father nodded. Therapy, church, whatever it takes. Isla stood firm. Fix what? Me. The confrontation unfolded in the living room. Voices overlapping in heated exchanges. You owe us, her father insisted. We gave you a purpose. Isla laughed bitterly. Purpose? I was your unpaid nanny. Her mother wept. We thought you were strong. Now this. Perversion. The word sliced deep, evoking memories of hushed family talks about those people. As they left unresolved, Isla collapsed sobbing. Jordan held her, but Isla's mind raced. Was standing her ground worth fracturing the family she'd built? Social pressures amplified the drama. At the LGBTQ center, Isla met others facing similar battles. One story, of a woman disowned and left homeless, mirrored her fears. I chose myself, the woman said. It hurt, but I healed. Isla pondered the cost, losing blood ties for chosen ones. Then, betrayal struck from an unexpected angle. Sarah called, frantic. Mom's telling everyone you're unstable, that raising us traumatized you into this. Isla's blood boiled. They were spreading lies? To aunts, uncles, even neighbors back in Portland. The rumor mill churned, painting her as the villain. Fueled by rage, Isla confronted her mother over the phone. How dare you twist my life into your narrative? Her mother retorted. You're the one destroying the family. The call ended in shouts, leaving Isla shaken. Had she been too harsh? Doubt crept in. Was her anger justified, or was it the trauma they claimed? Jordan suggested a break from contact. Protect your peace. But Isla couldn't. The siblings needed her guidance even now. Mia confided about school bullies teasing her about having a gay sister. Ignore them, Isla advised, but internally guilt consumed her. Was her truth harming the ones she'd protected? A turning point came at a support group meeting. Sharing her story, Isla realized she wasn't alone in the moral quagmire. We all face choices, the facilitator said. What's right for you might hurt others, but suppressing yourself hurts more. Emboldened, Isla invited Jordan to meet Tommy virtually. This is who I love, she told him. Tommy was awkward but accepting. She's cool. A small victory, but it fueled hope. Yet the high was short-lived. Her father emailed about finances. We're cutting you from the will. Think about what you've done. The materialism of it appalled her. Money over love? It crystallized their priorities. As tensions simmered, Isla reflected on her journey. The burden of raising siblings had forged her resilience, but also her solitude. Coming out was reclaiming her narrative, yet the fallout tested every fiber. In quiet moments she questioned, was love worth the war? The answer eluded her, but she pressed on, one conflicted step at a time. Months passed, and the rift widened into a chasm. Isla's days were a tightrope walk between defiance and despair. She threw herself into advocacy work, speaking at local events about parentification and its links to identity struggles. I was robbed of my youth, she'd say, voice steady but eyes betraying the pain. Audiences nodded, but inside, Isla wondered if her story was cautionary or triumphant. Jordan's patience wore thin. You're letting them define you, she said one night, after Isla canceled plans to handle a sibling crisis. Mia had run away briefly, citing family arguments. Isla rushed to Portland, finding Mia at a friend's. It's too much, Mia cried. Everyone's mad because of you. The words pierced, but Isla held her. It's not because of me, it's their fear. Back home, Jordan confronted her. You can't keep running to them. It's enabling. Isla snapped. They're my family. The fight escalated, ending with Jordan storming out. Alone, Isla agonized. Was she sacrificing her relationship for a toxic bond? Reconciliation attempts faltered. Her parents suggested a family meeting with their pastor. Isla agreed, hoping for dialogue. The church basement felt oppressive, the pastor's smile condescending. Homosexuality is a sin, he intoned. But with prayer. Isla interrupted. This isn't about sin, it's about acceptance. Her mother pleaded, change for us. Isla left, heart heavy. Change? Impossible. The encounter sparked a moral dilemma. Friends urged no contact, but Isla's sense of duty, ingrained from years of parenting, held her back. They need me, she thought, but did they? Sarah's husband called, accusing Isla of influencing the kids negatively. Stay away. The isolation deepened. At therapy she explored the ethics. Is it wrong to cut ties? The therapist replied, self-preservation isn't selfish. Isla pondered the trade-offs. Peace versus guilt. Betrayal hit harder when Tommy distanced himself. College friends say it's weird, he admitted. Isla's world tilted. Even him? She fought tears. Weird. Or just different. He mumbled apologies, but the damage was done. Jordan returned, but tension lingered. I love you, but I need you present. Isla promised effort, but doubts festered. What if love required too much sacrifice? Society's gaze intensified. Online, Isla found forums debating similar stories. Parents blaming kids for turning gay due to upbringing. She posted anonymously, seeking validation. Responses varied. Support from strangers, vitriol from trolls. Your parents are right. Trauma made you this way. The comments haunted her. A pivotal moment came at a pride event. Surrounded by celebration, Isla felt out of place, her joy tainted by loss. Jordan danced freely, but Isla held back. Why can't I let go? She wondered. Then a call from Sarah. Mom's in the hospital. Stress-related. Guilt surged. Had her coming out caused this? She drove down, finding her mother frail in the bed. This is your fault, her father whispered. Isla retorted. No, it's yours for not accepting. The hospital vigil forced confrontations. Siblings gathered, airs thick with unspoken words. Mia defended Isla. She's always been there for us. Why can't you? Sarah wavered, Tommy silent. The family cracked open, revelations spilling. Her mother, recovering, confessed weakly. We were scared. Of failing as parents. Isla softened. You did fail by burdening me. The admission hung, a step toward understanding? But progress was illusory. Discharged, her parents doubled down on conversion ideas. Isla refused, leaving with a heavy heart. Back with Jordan, Isla shared the ordeal. I can't keep paying this price. Jordan nodded. Then choose us. The decision loomed. Family or future? Internal conflict peaked. Isla journaled furiously. Am I the monster for wanting happiness? Or are they for denying it? An unexpected ally emerged. An aunt, long estranged, reached out. I support you. Your parents were always selfish. The validation bolstered Isla. Yet the drama escalated when her parents threatened to sue for emotional distress. Absurd, but the legal letter arrived. Isla consulted a lawyer, who laughed it off. Frivolous. Still the intent wounded. In retaliation, Isla went public with her story in a blog post. Parentified and punished, my journey out. It went viral locally, drawing media attention. Interviews followed, exposing the family's dysfunction. The backlash was swift. Her parents disavowed her publicly, siblings caught in crossfire. Sarah begged her to stop. You're ruining us. Isla questioned. Was exposure revenge or awareness? As the storm raged, Isla realized the true cost. Trust shattered, bonds frayed. But in the wreckage she glimpsed growth. I've paid enough, she thought. The awakening dawned, painful but necessary. The media frenzy transformed Isla's private pain into public spectacle. Reporters camped outside her apartment, microphones thrust forward. How does it feel to be disowned? One asked. Isla shielded her face, muttering no comment, but inside, humiliation burned. Had she gone too far with the blog? Jordan stood by her, fielding calls. This could help others, she said. But Isla doubted, especially when hate mail arrived. You're disgusting. Your parents are heroes for rejecting you. The words echoed societal prejudices, reminding her that acceptance was uneven. Family reactions varied. Mia snuck calls. You're brave. Tommy ghosted. Sarah accused. This is ego, not justice. The division tore at Isla's conscience. Was she the catalyst for healing or destruction? Therapy sessions intensified. You're reclaiming power, the therapist affirmed. But Isla wrestled with ethics, exposing family secrets, right or wrong. They exposed my truth first, she rationalized. A surprise visit from her father heightened the drama. He arrived alone, looking defeated. Let's end this. Isla let him in warily. I never meant to hurt you, he said. But your choice. Isla interrupted. It's not a choice, it's me. He sighed. We gave you everything. No, you took everything. The talk circled, unresolved, but a crack appeared. Maybe we were wrong about the kids. As he left, Isla pondered forgiveness. Could she? The internal debate raged. Hold grudges or release? Jordan proposed a getaway. Clear your head. They drove to the coast, waves crashing like Isla's emotions. There, away from chaos, they talked deeply. I almost lost you, Isla admitted. Jordan smiled. But you didn't. The moment strengthened their bond, but Isla knew family shadows loomed. Upon return escalation, her mother filed a restraining order, claiming harassment from Isla's supporters. Baseless, but the court date loomed. Isla's lawyer dismantled it, but the process drained her. Siblings intervened. A group call. Stop fighting, Mia pleaded. Sarah added, meet halfway. Tommy mumbled agreement. Isla proposed terms, acceptance or distance. Silence followed. Society's role amplified. At a panel discussion, Isla debated a conservative speaker. Family values mean tradition, he argued. Isla countered. Values mean love without conditions. The audience applauded, but backlash online surged. Personal toll mounted. Isla lost weight, sleep evaded. Is this worth it? She asked Jordan. For your freedom? Yes. A betrayal from within. Jordan confessed to confiding in a friend, who leaked details. Trust shaken, Isla lashed out. How could you? Jordan apologized. I needed support too. The rift mended slowly, highlighting mutual vulnerabilities. Awakening came gradually. Isla volunteered more, mentoring queer youth. Their stories mirrored hers, inspiring resolve. Don't let fear win, she'd advise, believing it more each time. Family olive branch. Her mother emailed. Let's talk without pastors. Isla agreed to a neutral cafe. There tears flowed. We were absent parents, her mother admitted. But your lifestyle. Isla held firm. Accept all of me or none. Her mother nodded tentatively. Progress? But doubt lingered. Was this genuine or manipulation? Isla's mind churned. High drama at a family wedding. Sarah's renewal. Invited sans Jordan. Isla attended alone. Whispers abounded. Her father approached. Truce? Isla nodded, but tension simmered. Post-event reflection. Sacrifices made. Youth peace for what? Authenticity. As conflicts waned, Isla pondered the prices paid. Relationships scarred, but she stood taller. The tentative truce held fragile, like glass under pressure. Isla navigated interactions cautiously, limiting contact to safe topics. But undercurrents of resentment persisted. During a phone call, her mother slipped. If only you'd married a man. Isla hung up, frustration boiling. Would full acceptance ever come? Jordan encouraged boundaries. You've given enough. Isla agreed, focusing on building their life. They moved in together, a step toward normalcy. Yet echoes of past burdens haunted. Nightmares of abandoned siblings, now symbolic of her fears. Siblings mended unevenly. Mia visited, embracing Jordan warmly. Your family now. Tommy thawed slowly, sharing college stories. Sarah remained distant, her conservatism clashing. Societal shifts influenced. News of LGBTQ rights advances bolstered Isla. She advocated louder, her story a beacon. But personal costs lingered. Lost friends strained career focus. A moral crossroads. Her parents offered financial help for a house down payment. Strings attached? Isla declined. I don't need your guilt money. The refusal empowered, but isolated further. Internal resolution dawned. In therapy's final sessions, Isla declared, I've paid the price, now I choose joy. The awakening liberated. Drama climaxed at Thanksgiving. Invited with Jordan, Isla attended warily. Tensions peaked when her father toasted traditional family. Isla stood. Family is who loves you unconditionally. Debate ensued, but no blowout. A quiet victory. Post-holiday reflection. Damages assessed. Wounds healed, scars remained. Isla wrote a book proposal, turning pain into purpose. With Jordan, love deepened amid trials. We survived, Jordan said. Isla nodded, grateful. Yet questions lingered. Had her choices been right? The family, though fractured, endured. In the end, Isla stood firm, her truth unchained. Was it morally right for Isla to prioritize her own happiness over maintaining family unity, even if it meant causing lasting pain to her siblings and parents?